What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. MTG here with another episode. If you're new to the channel, hi there. Today we've got the CMF Phone 2 Pro by Nothing. And right here I have last year's CMF Phone 1. Now you're wondering why they released the Phone 2 Pro before the Phone 2. And I watched a video today of Carl Pei, and he just said, why not? We can release the Phone 2 Pro before the Phone 2. But let's get right into it. I'm going to showcase which color I got and just give you guys my first impressions. But I'm super excited to try this device. I got it for $279, and for what you get in this phone for that price, I think it's going to be like budget phone of the year. Welcome to Nothing. So I love how their packaging is really nice. So, well, isn't this exciting? And if you guys just want to read, you can pause at any time. And let's check to see what is in the box right here. And look at that, we got a case. Now, I also, in that same video, I think it's Carl Pei kind of watching the Phone 2 Pro reviews. And a lot of people wanted to have a case. So we get like a TPU case right here. And I actually like how they threw it in there. So good job. Are they always going to throw it in there? We don't know. But then we get the phone right here. And here it is. Ooh, that's nice. But I'm going to put that to the side for a moment. And let's see what else is in the box. We lift that. And then we do get the USB-C to C cable right here, which I believe charges at about like 33 watts of wire charging with a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. And then we get the paperwork right here. And then right in here, we do get the SIM ejector tool. If I can just kind of pop that open real quick. There we go, just like that. We get the SIM ejector tool. I'm gonna pop it right there, and bam. I like what they did with this. This is actually a really cool SIM tool. So let's go ahead and put this right back in there. Actually, let's throw in the cable because we ain't gonna need that for now. Oh, wait, hold up. Hold up, it says nothing right here. Look at that. It says nothing on the cable on both ends. So it's cool to see that they're kind of adding a little bit of extra, spice to their products and stuff like that. Now, I do know if you get it, if you're in India and you pick up one of these, then you do get the adapter to it, the wall port, but in the US you don't get that, unfortunately. And I picked this up through the beta program. This model has 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage, which is the only configuration. Although in other places you can get one with 128 gigs. Let's go ahead and peel this. Then we gotta go kind of like this. Peel this right here. And then peel this up from here. And bam, there it is. Oh wow, I like this dual texture with the CMF Phone 2 Pro. Now it's slightly different, but it definitely feels more premium in the hand. I like the texture of this. Now I also do know this back isn't removable like last year's, which is a little unfortunate. That's okay, but I guess they're putting a lot of emphasis on the cameras this year, so we're gonna try them out. And I also don't have, I couldn't find the extra accessories, like the extra lens accessory and the extra accessory you can put on here to use as a MagSafe, where you get that MagSafe wallet type of thing. I couldn't find those on the website, so maybe they might release at a later time. If you want to see, let me know in the links in the description, or let me know in the comments down below. But anyway, I'm gonna boot this up, and here is 2 of those keys. I think this was the essential key, which we're gonna take a look at. The power button is on the right. These are the volumes. The volume buttons, this is the power button right here. And let's boot this up. It does come with a pre-installed screen protector for those who are interested. And let's boot this up. And here's the thing, I'm going to be switching from my Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 to the Nothing CMF Phone 2 Pro to see if I can rock this as my daily. So here it is, English UK. Let's do English United States. That's where I am. I love Nothing OS. It's become one of my favorite, custom OS skins. But just a quick rundown, this has a 6.77-inch AMOLED display at 120 Hz refresh rate. It also includes the MediaTek Dimensity 7300 Pro 5G chipset. Again, like I said, 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, which has micro SD card support, up to 2 terabytes. So in fact, I'm going to show you guys right here, just to pop out the SIM tray, and bam, as you can see right here, it says micro SD. If you look just a little bit closer, and then here's a SIM. You pop in the SIM right here. On the other side, you do micro SD and put that in, and you can get up to 2 terabytes of storage. So that is a huge, huge plus. The cameras, we're getting a 50 megapixel rear camera, a 50 megapixel telephoto, and then an 8 megapixel ultra wide apparently. So we're going to test those and really see how well they work. And we're also getting a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Like I said, Nothing OS is on here with Android 15. So I'm really excited to try it out. But let's get this started and I'll be right back. All right, we are back with the initial setup, and I gotta say, this feels really, really smooth. And you know, I like the display. It's actually really vibrant. And what I usually like to do is I'll go into settings, and I will turn on developer options. So let's do that right now. As you can see right here, this is about the phone. So you see all the information right here, all the specs. But let's go ahead and turn on developer options. All right, so what I usually do with developer options, I'll go down to where it says window animation scale, and I'll turn off 1 and make it 0.5. So there we go. With the animation scale for the window transition and the animated duration scale, I make it 0.5. And I don't know, it just feels much smoother. But first impressions, this display actually looks really, really nice. Obviously, I'm going to test out the speakers and actually see how well the display is, see how well it performs. What I've seen is a lot of positive reviews. You know, it's not going to be a flagship. That's to be expected. And it's going to take like a tad second longer to open up applications. Obviously, when you want to compare it to a flagship, which you shouldn't be, but you know, in the case you do, that's to be expected. It's going to be a tad bit slower, but on a day-to-day use, is it going to perform well? Honestly, I think it will. Like, I already have an assumption, and only that's because I've used the CMF Phone 1, which last year, it worked really well. You know, so we're going to see how well it performs. The cameras, you know, I'm not too, I don't know, like, if it kept the same cameras from last year, I would have been perfectly okay. But again, that's just me. Some, you know, we all have different preferences. But let's put on the case too before we kind of close off the video. And, ooh, I like this case. I like, ooh, that looks actually really premium. I got to say, I don't know, but, you know, ever since I've had these types of cases for years, and I just really liked the look of them. They're just clean, especially when you first put them on. This phone looks very nice. I don't know, I really like how it looks, and I'm glad I went with the white color. Let's see how well it is to take off. That's the biggest thing. If you can take off this case, which is fairly easy, there you go, and bam. Actually, it's not that easy. Easier said than done. There we go. But we got it off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting in my SIM card here. So stay tuned to the channel, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will be switching to this as my main device. I'm super excited to use it, but I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, definitely be sure to superman that like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video because it really does help out the channel out a lot. It will help push my content out to more people. And also, definitely be sure to check out my latest wallpaper pack. It's called Color Blast. I'll be leaving links in the description down below. I also do have another wallpaper pack that I have not, you know, kind of showcased in my videos. It's called Marble Alchemy. So also links for that will be in the description down below. And then I also do have my Notion templates that you guys can use, like a finance tracker, social media content planner, and all that good stuff, project management templates. So it really does go a long way in helping out the channel. But stay tuned for more content on the Nothing CMF Phone 2 Pro.